everyone. Brittani Nikole here for Wrestling Travel. We have the lockdown sessions going on, and my guest today is known as the Golf Father, the man under par, Dale Springs. Dale, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really interested into hearing how you've come into being the Golf Father, as it were. And I want to go back because you're fairly new to wrestling, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the wrestling world, how long have you been doing this?
Training, it will be 3 years in July, and traveling wise, I hit 2 years on the 19th.
Oh, nice. Well, happy WrestleVersary to
Thank
you. Sorry that it was during this pandemic, but at least you got to relax.
Nah, I'm itching to get back in the ring. It's been way too long.
And just in the ring, you are the Golf Father, so obviously you are a golfing man, as your shirt shows.
Oh yeah.
How did this come into being? How have you created this persona of yourself?
Well, when I first started, it was the man under par, because the under par means good. Golf uses negative points, and negative points is good, but if you go above par, that's when you're not playing as good. So I like to say that I would always be under par in the ring, because that's when I'm outperforming my opponent and outperforming everybody on the show, and just showing that I'm the best athlete on the show, on the card, in the ring, at training, like anywhere. But the Golf Father was a recent thing. So the logo, it's not this shirt. I'll have it eventually. It's the same text as the Godfather, the movie The Godfather. So I took it from that, and just the whole Scarface persona, just being the badassery, and he just does what he wants. I wanted to take that piece and put that with my already cocky, arrogant character, who thinks he's above everybody else and thinks that he's the best thing since Mr. Perfect, and just give it a more like edgier and like meaner character development. So now I'm wanting to be a little more ruthless and have more aggression.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but no, like more aggression and more just more heat. I want to build more heat from the
You want
fans.
people to hate you.
Oh yeah, it's the easiest thing. You can have people hate you, and you even in everyday life. I can go on interstate right now, cut someone off, and they're gonna be like, "Screw you, man!" Blah blah blah. Flip me the bird. But okay, that's gonna make me laugh, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. But like now in wrestling, getting someone to hate you, easiest thing in the world. Just get in their face. They talk bad about you, whatever, and you just laugh it off. Like, whatever, man, I don't care. Beat up their favorites. But being a good guy, so much harder, because you have to be able to like grab those fans' attention and like be able to like connect with them in some shape, way, or form. It's just you have to have something that those fans can be like, wow, like I relate with that. Like,
Right.
you got to be able to have that, and so not a lot of people aren't as good as baby faces, and that's why I feel like I like to be a heel more, because I can get someone to really hate me.
You have a very hateful face, I could tell.
Oh yeah, now the haircut, everybody's hating on it. So
Yeah,
even more.
how did this haircut come into being, by the way? Because you used to have not long hair, but you used to have, the hair in your picture on your shirt.
Right. Yeah, the little flip over. I so I, of quarantine, obviously, stuck at home, haven't
Did
had
you
a
go like
haircut.
2007 Britney Spears? Is that what happened?
Sure, yeah. I got my girl to try to give me a fade on the sides, and when we got to the back, she went a little too high. We got a little argument, and she stormed off. So then I was left with the clippers, and I'm just looking in the mirror, and I'm like, should I just say screw it and just shave it off and let it regrow? And I just contemplated it for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, screw it, and I just started going. Started going. And I
You
showed
did
her.
straight up have a Britney Spears moment.
Yes, and when I showed her, she freaked out, and then sooner or later she started liking it. So at least I have someone who likes it.
Right. I mean, that's good that it's your girlfriend too, because that'd be really weird if like she hated it.
But then was still with me. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she said it grew on her. So
Right. She's just waiting for it to grow back. She knows it's going to grow back.
oh yeah, I'm looking to like I don't know. I like when I look at my hair now and then look at it from 2 months ago, I feel like it wasn't really shaped well. So I wanted to just start over and maybe uh, grow some more on the side and make it a little more proper.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is it's all about putting that together because your image isn't just how you perform in the ring, but it's also how you look. And I think that you definitely get that golf persona over. How did you start building your gear that you've been having created?
So my first two sets of gear they're the same template. But the first one, I got with a guy in Puerto Rico, uh, and I told him, I said, "Hey man, I'm doing this golfer gimmick. I want to do like a plaid pant, but I want it to be like the baggy design." And he somewhat got it, but it's very hard to, I guess, use the spandex and use actual plaid cloth because that's what he used. Um, I guess in Puerto Rico they don't have the like spandex plaid like that. Like he had to use both. Um, so what he did is like he put plaid on one side of the pant leg on both sides on both leg pant legs, uh, and then he had the spandex from the other side going up to the crotch area to
Hmm.
make it able I can bend and all that. Added like these like different uh, shapes and stuff, and then on the shirt it was like gray. At my very first top had a DS because I didn't have a logo yet.
Hmm.
So I just said, hey, just put a DS. And then there was plaid there, and then the collar. So I just wanted to make it almost like a just what a golfer would wear outside and playing golf. And so my third gear, I went a different route with a different person, someone in Florida. Told them the same thing. I want to do like plaid pants, but I was like, this time I really want to do something different, something like unique, and I wanted to go like full pants. I didn't want just a piece of it as plaid or a different
Right.
uh, pattern. And so she sent me to this link and had different sorts of spandexes, like different colors, different textures. Uh, they even had like a plaid section. And at first, I didn't really like any of the ones they had. So I was like, let me go look at this abstract art. I went and found this blue, black, white, and gray design, and I think it had like triangles and squares, like just different things. And I was like, hey, I want you to make a pants, just full on pants with just that design, and then put a belt. I'll be good. And she made them, and they're like my favorite set of gear right now. Like they feel so good. They're like so much room. Like she got it correct and perfect, and I loved it. Because I tried to get the dude in Puerto Rico to make me like straight up plaid pants, and it was right before the 3 year anniversary show, and it was the week of. I got them in. I'm trying to put them on, and they couldn't get past my upper thigh.
Oh,
Like how,
no.
yeah, how he like put the spandex, it wasn't enough, and the plaid was just like not stretching. So like I said, he didn't. I guess in Puerto Rico, he doesn't have like plaid spandex. He just had the plaid fabric and then
Right.
spandex. So
Right.
I ended up not doing any more things with him. But I'm gonna stick with this lady in Florida. Uh, and I've already picked out a few new designs to go with for more pants to be made, and hoping to get them done after this quarantine's over. Start having more sets of gear so I can switch it up a bit.
Nice. And that's the thing is like you need more gear because you've been traveling a lot, not now obviously, but I mean you've only been wrestling for 2 years now, but you've hit how many states so far?
I want to say 10 to 11. I was gonna go. So March, the last week of March, I was supposed to, from then till like May 11th, I was supposed to have like 8 straight weeks of wrestling, or weekends. I want to say that, but 8 weeks. And I was supposed to go to North Carolina for the first time. I was supposed to go to Las Vegas for the first time. And then in July, I was supposed to go to California because I got a booking with a company after I had a match with a California booker in Oregon.
Nice.
Uh, so now I just have those on hold. I'm still good in talking with those promoters. So I'm just waiting until everything starts easing up with this COVID, and hopefully I'll still be able to go over there or go over to those places and
I,
debut there.
That's impressive. I mean, that's the thing is getting out there and traveling and doing the drives per se and going out there and being able to wrestle in different areas and have different people see you. How does your gimmick go over in these different areas? Because in Louisiana with you wrestling for Elev8 Pro and other places and such, they know you. They've seen this character completely, evolve in these 2 years. But when you go to
Right.
these other shows and it's your first time, how do they react?
So obviously my song, my theme song is a piano basically. It's the Master's theme. So it's just this soft piano. So when I come out, they're just like, "Man, what the hell is this? Like the song's lame. This dude's dressed up as a golfer. Like what is that? That's lame." But as soon as I come in to the ring and like actually just start working, like they're like, "Oh, okay, I see." And then obviously I work the heel mostly, so or I work as heel mostly. So obviously I piss them off. Like in Oregon, I just nonchalantly I'm on the outside of the ring. Uh, just did something to my opponent, and then I walked past someone who had fries in their hands. I went, took a fry, ate it, realized I had gum in my mouth, so I didn't swallow it. So I went back to the person. They were like, "Hey, what?" And I went back and spit it at them. And they got so mad. Well, then they came back to me at the booth after the show, and they're like, "Thanks for spitting the fry at us." And I was like, "No problem."
You know,
They were
it's
cool with it.
it's that kind of thing, and that the crowd loves that kind of interaction to be able to get up face to face with them, like to bring them in. That's what they love. Even if they're supposed to hate you, they love if you get at them so that they can hate you.
Hmm.
It's so great, and that is so cool to have that kind of crowd reaction. And I'm glad that person was happy that you spit the fry at them. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people that probably wouldn't be, but that's really good that they enjoyed it and they took it really really well.
Hey, that's up in Oregon, so those kind of people, I guess that's their kink or something. I don't know, but good for them.
Good for them. Good job, Oregon. That's fry spitting capital, Oregon. Now, moving on towards the future, what are some of your future goals when this pandemic lifts or when you move on into the future? Because obviously you've got a full career ahead of you because you're only 2 years in. So
Right.
you've got quite a road ahead of you. What are some of the future things you're looking forward to?
Um, this is number one, my future goal. I'm setting since I've started. I'm gonna give myself about 10 to 12 years doing this. Obviously, I'm 21, so I don't want to waste so much time and then not get signed somewhere. And even like uh, making decent money doing this for so long, like You got guys like Matt Cross, who's not signed anywhere, but he's making good money out on the independent scene. David Starr too, like he's rejected offers. Uh, he's also making good money. I I guess that's good, and I might do that if I never got signed somewhere. But my goal is to get signed to one of the top companies out there. Um, and then just that 12-year mark, like if I don't make it, like I'll say, hey, I had a hell of a career doing this, and I did something I loved. And if I can't make it by 32, basically, then or 34, something like that, then I mean, oh well. But other than that, I want to I want to travel the country. That's another thing. That's the best thing about wrestling. You get to travel, see new places that you may have never seen uh, out of wrestling, and maybe even not going on family trips to certain places. Like I've never been to Oregon, and going to Portland to go do a show was freaking phenomenal. And that the weather out there was great. I love cold, so just being up there was great. Going to California in the future would be great. I want to see stuff out there. Uh, I just want to be able to go all throughout America, and then go work in Canada, go work in Mexico, go in the UK and the Europe, and all that. Like, I want to be able to just travel the world and see new things. Like you get to learn things, and wrestling really helps that. You be able to travel so much. So that's another thing, and also just be able to become a main champion somewhere, and be able to bring prestige and defend it elsewhere, and like make sure that people want to come after that said title or that championship. Like I don't want to be a champion where I'm only defending it every 1 to 2 months and not bringing it somewhere else. Like if I go to uh, Kansas and I'm like, hey, to the promoter, I'm like, hey, I have this title back home. I want to defend it at your company. Is that cool with you? And like, it'll help my company and help your company. Like, let's try to do something. And if they're cool with it, well, then do it. I'm trying to do that and just be able to grow a following. And I want to entertain people. That's another big thing. I've never did theater. I never did any of that. But like, ever since I was 6, like, I just wanted to do wrestling and be under those bright lights and wrestle in front of thousands of people. Like, that's a thing.
I mean, that's cool. And the fact that you've never done theater or anything like that, did you do any other sports?
Uh, I played basketball when I was younger, and I played a little bit of baseball. But
So
other than
no
that,
golf.
like, no, sadly not.
I don't
I've
feel
been
like
to
you
a
have any
driving
kind of
range
golf.
once or twice.
You have. Well, that's good. Any putt putt?
Oh yeah, I'll play some uh, what is it?
Mini golf.
Mini golf. Okay.
I mean, that's the thing is your character gets over so well, and you've actually studied some golf and stuff so that you know the terminology and how golf works and everything. And I feel like sometimes that's lacking when people create a character that has to do with something specific. They don't
Mhm.
really do any research, and so you've gone above and beyond and started to actually portray a golfer.
Yeah, it's those kind of people that do like maybe an athlete gimmick or uh dang, like I don't know, like something like you said, something that's supposed to be specific, and they don't go and actually discover things about it and learn things about it. You're just being a guy or a girl who's just wrestling at that point. You're not a character. You're just a person wrestling. Like no one wants just a person wrestling. If you want that, you can go watch YouTube videos of backyard wrestlers just wrestling their friends. Like, or you can just go out in the world and go talk to people. Like if that's what you really want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, and sometimes those backyard wrestlers have more of a personality.
True. I'll give you that.
Some
I'll
of
give you
them
that.
actually have like a full persona they've created. But going on with you, your future, your endeavors, everything, we want to make sure that we see more of the golf father, Dale Springs. And
Hmm.
if anyone wants to see or buy merch or check anything out, where can they find all of your social media?
Uh, well, my merch is on prowrestlingtees.com/Dale Springs merch. You can find me on Facebook under Dale Springs. Instagram and Twitter are both Dale Springs Pro. And that's about it. Other than that, you can find me on YouTube as well. I have a YouTube channel. I'm just needing to upload a few more matches, and I'll probably start putting some promos on there too, just to help grow my YouTube channel. And just waiting to start getting in the ring again, doing some more matches.
Well, that's great. And thank you for coming on here and talking some wrestling shop with me. And for Wrestling Travel, I'm Brittani Nikole. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you like us, tell your friends. If you don't like us, tell your enemies. We'll take their views too. So, see y'all later.